UNICEF came into being in December 1946 to provide relief to children after World War II. With its strong presence in 190 countries and territories, UNICEF is the world's leading advocate for children. Guided by the Convention on the Rights of the Child (CRC), UNICEF ensures safe shelter, health, nutrition, education, protection from violence, and promotes well-being of children and women, providing prenatal care for healthy births and clean water and sanitation. UNICEF also provides humanitarian assistance, actively working and supporting children's work in the Maldives since 1978. UNICEF, working in partnership with the government, has contributed to key achievements in the country. In health sector, UNICEF promotes well-being of mothers and children, enabling healthy pregnancies, safe births, and holistic development of the child. Towards this, UNICEF has contributed to strengthening healthcare systems at national and island levels. It supported construction of health centers, donations of vaccines and medical speedboats, setting up mobile health teams, and expansion of immunization coverage. In the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, UNICEF further supported rebuilding and re-equipping of healthcare facilities, improved cold chain management systems, and training of health professionals. With a current high attainment of 98% immunization rates and 10 per 1,000 live births child mortality rate, UNICEF will continue supporting quality maternal and child health services and improved nutrition. In education, UNICEF, backing the government's commitment, supported construction of schools, provision of teaching materials, and training of teachers, contributing to the country's achievement of the MDG of universal primary education ahead of the 2015 timeline. UNICEF further supported revision of the national curricula, initiation of child-friendly schools, introduction of flagship environmental education programs, and running First Steps early childhood development advocacy campaigns. Following the 2004 tsunami, under the Build Back Better program, UNICEF established 20 resource centers across 20 atolls with internet connectivity, as well as initiated in-service teacher training programs and provided School in a Box to ensure continued learning. UNICEF also promotes use of clean water and sanitation for all children and communities, contributing to healthier children and societies through good hygiene practices. Today, Maldives has attained universal primary education with a renewed commitment of free and compulsory 14 years of education for every child, with no child left behind. UNICEF will continue supporting the efforts of the government to improve the quality of education and ensure no child is left behind. In child protection, UNICEF supports to ensure that all children remain safe and grow up in a caring and nurturing environment free from harm, violence, exploitation, and abuse of all forms. In this respect, UNICEF supports the government in establishment of mechanisms that effectively prevent and respond to any form of violence and abuse of children. Furthermore, UNICEF advocates for safe spaces and play for all children, fostering high intellectual ability and increased economic capital. Moreover, it promotes provision of life skills to children and adolescents, enabling them to be more responsible, with increased engagement in positive development of communities and societies. UNICEF, within the SDG agenda, will continue its partnership with the government to ensure all children grow in a safe and secure environment free from violence. In its further support in humanitarian assistance following the tsunami, UNICEF contributed to government's efforts to establish sewerage projects, building model sanitation systems in most affected atolls, provided portable desalination plants and fiberglass community water tanks to collect and store water, safely. Currently, UNICEF focuses on building climate-resilient communities and facilitating a protective net for children, providing dewatering pumps to frequently flooded islands, and supports conduct of community-based disaster risk management (CBDRM), which helps communities develop their own responses. It also promotes the participation of children and adolescents. UNICEF reaffirms its commitment to the goal of ensuring all children survive, thrive, learn, and develop in a protective environment, and assures the government of its continued support in its efforts to achieve results for children. Furthermore, UNICEF recognizes the successes that have been made over the years in realizing the Millennium Development Goals for children, and commends the commitment of the government to achieve the targets for children within the Sustainable Development Goals, ensuring that no child is left behind. With the leadership of the government and in collaboration with all partners, UNICEF remains a committed partner for every child.